guys. So we're at the beach for a few days. My mother, she's Dutch. She was born in Aruba. I don't know if it's like something hereditary or whatever. Like I feel this tug to the water. Yeah, it's like we live in North Carolina, so it's just a couple of hours away. It's just good. It's just good for the soul. Maybe I'll run into Parker Posey. Ask her for an Ativan.
I was also a Tar Heel.
I've talked about this before in previous videos, like in the past, or just with friends and stuff, talking about survivor's guilt. You know, obviously when we talk about survivor's guilt, you're talking about somebody who survived an attack or, some natural disaster and their loved ones didn't make it, or, just even if it was just complete strangers, their humanity kicks in and they feel terrible. Like, why did I live and they didn't? I don't know if anybody else has ever felt this way. Like, I've actually struggled with this for years, since leaving Jehovah's Witnesses, since leaving the cult. I mean, I don't think I've ever really spoken to anybody who's described this feeling. I mean, maybe tell me if you have, of like, feeling survivor's guilt from escaping a cult. And it's funny because like every time I say that phrasing like that, escaped a cult, it sounds so sensational. It sounds like somebody like ran away in their nightgown, at 2 a.m. off the compound. They escaped the compound in the dark of night. But you really do have to strategize. You really do have to strategize an escape plan to basically just extricate yourself from the grip of the witnesses, the tentacles of the organization, like a giant squid. The organization reaches into every aspect of your life. Who you can be friends with, who you can date, how you make a living. So you have to figure out how you're going to get out. But okay, let's say you're out. XJ-Dubs, you know what I'm talking about. It feels so damn good. No more meetings after work. All right, you come home exhausted. You just want to lay your ass on the couch and eat. But instead, you got to get up, right? Take a quick shower, throw on a suit and a tie. You've been at the office all day. You've been, whatever your job is, you come home, you're exhausted. Now you got to get ready for the meeting. Right? And then you gotta sit in the Kingdom Hall for like 2 hours after a long day of work. It's gone, man. No more meetings. No more getting up early on Saturday mornings to knock on strangers' doors, preach at them and tell them that they're wrong. Strangers who are justifiably pissed that you woke them up on their only day off. But besides that, you just get to rest, right? It's over. It's over, man. Like, that's huge. People who didn't grow up in that environment. I know people go to work, has their lives and stuff going on, but people who didn't grow up in that environment, in the Jehovah's Witness environment, they don't get it, man. They take their free time for granted. I get it. Like I said, people have lives, they go to work, yada, yada. Imagine you're watching this, you were never a Jehovah's Witness. You have to be on for work, whatever your job is, whether you're a cashier at Target or you're a CEO, you have to be on for work. And then imagine you don't get to go home and just like chill and decompress. You have to be on now as a Jehovah's Witness. You have to be on in a religious sense. You have to put on this persona where you have to smile and, hey girl, and you just want to like cut the bullshit and go to bed. Or you have to be on and happy and look like your life is together so you can try to convert others into the organization. When you're finally out, it is life. I mean, I know this is the understatement of the century, but it is life-changing. Your time is your own again. Again, I'm not saying you don't have other responsibilities and other things you got to do, but just imagine having all those responsibilities, work, bills, school, pressure, whatever, coming from different directions, and then you put the cult on top of that. You have pressure to maintain this cult image and lifestyle on top of everything else. So anyways, it finally hit me. When it finally hit me, holy shit, I'm free. It was like, I'm so grateful. Holy crap, I'm out. But there are so many people still stuck inside. Like, I was just thinking of like the 16-year-old Bethanies that are still stuck inside, just clawing their eyes out, who, have dreams and ambition and they just feel suffocated. There are mothers, fathers, single people, married people, you name it, teenagers, old people, who for one reason or another are tethered to the cult, who are tied down to the cult, and they don't know how to untangle themselves. Yeah, they can technically leave. Technically. No one's holding a gun to their head, as my father so lovingly framed it for me. But it's gonna be, like, people don't get it. It's gonna be a traumatic break. Their whole life centers around the organization. Their friends, their community, everything, their reputation, their identity, everything is tied to the organization. That is a traumatic break. They're gonna lose someone. There's gonna be consequences. It's gonna be bad. So I don't know, sometimes I just can't believe I'm out, because when you're deep in it, it feels insurmountable. Here's the deal. I've said this before. It's so freaking easy to make fun of the witnesses. Like, I know people don't take them seriously. They roll their eyes. I feel like if people gave the witnesses, I feel very strongly about this. I feel if people gave the witnesses as much attention as they did to, say, Scientology, the batshit crazy stuff that goes on there, if they gave as much attention as they did to the witnesses as they did to Scientology or Jonestown or NXIVM, where all these women were branded, I feel like people would be far less likely to brush them off as a bunch of dusty old codgers in bad suits. You'd be far less likely to laugh at them actually knew how dangerous the organization was. That's hurting people. It's been hurting people for generations. Stealing their lives, man. Really good Jehovah's Witnesses. There's really good people who are just trapped. Good people. They're tired. They're ambitious. They're talented. They're hungry for adventure. I just feel like they deserve a second chance at life. And instead they're stuck inside, just withering away. Their brains and their souls just atrophying. So I wanted to talk about this in a way that wasn't sort of like bullshitty, like, I don't know, like BS-y, live, laugh, love rhetoric that we all kind of regurgitate, you know, like this toxic positivity stuff. You know what I mean? Like, you know, did you wake up at 5 a.m. and write for 20 minutes in your gratitude journal? We kind of talk about gratitude in a way that it's just kind of lost its impact. So instead, I was thinking, what is the complete opposite of what I could be feeling right now? Because I feel amazing. But what is the complete, instead of being like, oh my God, I'm so grateful for the trees and the puppies, I'm thinking, what is the complete opposite? What is the absolute steaming pile of horse shit that my life could be right now if I had never left the cult? So I created a that gratitude journal. If I wasn't free, I'd still be going to the Kingdom Hall 3 times a week, no matter how bored or exhausted I am. That. If I wasn't free, I'd still be making fake chit-chat with people I secretly couldn't stand or could easily walk away from and never miss them. That. If I wasn't free, I would still have an arbitrary handful of men telling me how to live my life, and their miserable wives would give me more unsolicited advice because they are full of bitterness and regret. That. If I wasn't free, I would still be pressured to arrange my work and social life around meeting times. I would have to turn down any opportunity that presents itself if it meant that that opportunity was going to interfere with meeting times. That. If I wasn't free, I would still be forcing my body awake early on Saturday mornings to preach to strangers when I didn't even believe what I was selling. That. If I wasn't free, I would still have to wear this persona of purity instead of having the normal adult thoughts, feelings, and reactions that adults have. That. If I wasn't free, I would have to tone down my enthusiasm for my hobbies because it doesn't serve the interests of the cult. That. If I wasn't free, I would still be isolated and lonely. I couldn't form real, authentic friendships with outsiders or bond with my worldly blood relatives. That. If I wasn't free, I would still have to hide my doubts and concerns from my devout parents, just to appease their carefully curated image and reputation. That. If I wasn't free, I couldn't say that. Namaste. But yeah, I've felt this feeling for a long time, for years. It comes and goes, but like right now I'm here by the water, and I'm just thinking of like my mom, and my mom deserves to be free. But I can't wake her up. I can't save her. And I'm just like, damn. And if here's the thing, if she truly is happy And this goes for any Jehovah's Witness. If you're truly happy on your path as one of Jehovah's Witnesses, far be it from me to take that away from you. If it truly anchors you and you don't feel trapped by fear and obligation of what the governing body is going to do to you, it's your life, man. I think also some people, if they woke up, it would destroy them. And so I hate to say this, but like it's almost better for some people if they don't wake up. But I know for a fact that there are people stuck inside that would thrive, could rebuild their life. If you're one of those people who's watching this, you can rebuild your life. It's going to suck for a while. You're going to have to figure some shit out. I'm not saying it's rainbows and butterflies all the time. Life goes on. You're still going to have issues and things you got to deal with. But damn, it is better than the alternative. It just makes me, I just really appreciate what I have and where I'm at now. I remember how unhappy I was, and I just want other people to feel that too. I want other people to have a second chance at life, however that looks for them. On that note, it's an absolutely stunning day here. I'm going to go hit the beach. Thank you guys for watching. As a reminder, my first live stream will be Saturday, May 24th. Click the join button below to get private access to that live stream and to future live streams. It's just an opportunity for us to hang out and chat in real time. Again, first live stream Saturday, May 24th. Thanks for watching, stay safe, and I'll see you soon.